Today's scene, we're going to do York, another cityscape of York city centre. Welcome back, this is Dave Lowe from Get Some Colour in Your Life, and this one I'm showing you the pencil stage because it's quite important in this one. There's quite a lot of details, quite a lot of things to plan out. So I just wanted to show you the way I structure my, in particular this painting, because of the details. I wanted to get everything mapped out, things in the right places, so that's why I'm just using my, just showing you the sketch stage of this painting. The materials I'm using are Bockingford cold pressed 140 pound paper, and I'm going to be using my Winsor & Newton palette. I wanted to get back to the Winsor & Newton. Simple reason, I just like the way I've got the different wells to mix colours rather than one. The other palette that I'd normally use with my Jackson's paints, it's just one sort of lid. So it's just one big surface for areas of mixing. So I wanted these separate mixing wells, so that's why I opted for the Winsor & Newton. If you did catch it, the reference photo which I'm doing from is on the left hand side. It's just out of shot. I did try finding it to bring it up on screen, but I just cannot find where I've put this image. I should have blown it up and put it on the corner of the screen so that, but never mind. The scene is actually it's not too far from the Shambles, which is quite an interesting place. It's got, I believe, one of the, or maybe the smallest, narrowest streets. I don't know whether it's in the world, but you can literally, from the top windows of the shops, you can reach out to the other side of the window across the street. Something to do with in Victorian times, they could pass things through, something like that. I'm not sure of the history, but if you do know the history of York, then please drop a comment. Do you know this place? It's actually quite a nice scene. There's a little winding road running through the actual scene itself. Half of the scene is in shadow, and the other half is, the right hand side is in sunlight. So we've got a couple of figures as well, one coming towards us in the sort of in the middle of the scene, coming into the scene, and that figure is a woman who's in sort of shadow, and then you've got a man going into the street in the sort of sunlit sort of on the right hand side. So this stage, it does look a little bit messy. I'm still going through my first initial wash, so I'm just getting things covered, leaving any highlights that I want to keep or reserve. But there's not really much in this scene. I want to colour most of the paper, even I think the lightest parts, the street sign, which I'm just painted over. I don't want it too white, so there is colour even in the lightest colours. So the street's actually named Finkel Street. You can see the name of the street on the sign, and the right hand side, the pub is called the Roman Bath. So this is the scene, just covering, just getting the main wash down. You can see I'm just getting colour down, looking for the right sort of tones, the undertones. These are going to be the lighter colours that are coming through. Once I start to add the darks, I'm just getting in the signs and the pub sign, the roofs, things like that. And this is all just the beginning of the painting itself. If you're new to this channel, if you're seeing this for the first time, then please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, if you like what you see, you want to learn some new techniques in watercolour, then you can subscribe to my channel. I do post things like videos like this each and every week. And let me know what you would like to see. Just drop a comment. I answer all my comments and I appreciate all the feedback that you give me. So going back to the scene, York. It's quite a nice scene. There's plenty of shops. I do think this is by where we sat and had some lunch. I think it's just off like a town square. Plenty of places to get things to eat. And this is just one of the side streets that sort of leads to the town centre itself. So it's a really nice place to visit if you've not been to York. There's the big Abbey, York, the big Minster. You can actually go up the Abbey. I think you have to pay. I know I've been up once, and it's quite a nice experience. You can get out onto the balcony and sort of look over York. It's quite a nice thing to do. I took plenty of pictures at the time, the different sort of views, and it's steeped in history. It's a wall city, so you've got the castle and the sort of wall that runs around the city, only letting you in through the actual sort of gates. And so you have all these really nice architecture, all these sort of really Victorian places. Again, if you're from York, if you know York quite well, then just drop us a comment. Let me know more about York, sort of the history. But it really is a fascinating place to visit. And here I'm just popping in the bag which this man is carrying, and it catches some sunlight, so I'll be going in and doing some highlights. Possibly I'll be using the white gouache, and for finer details I'll be using my white ink pen. It's actually a white gel pen. Let's see, it's Signo is the brand, and that's good for getting in the fine sort of lines if you've got highlights to get in. So just still going from just covering, this is like the second coat now. So just gradually going darker, getting those shadows in, and just building up. Obviously in watercolour you do layers, so this is the second layer, just adding more darks and depth to the painting. And you can see I'm just everywhere with a brush, just covering the paper, doing the pub sign. So yeah, things are starting to come together. I know in watercolour sometimes it begins to look a bit messy and doesn't look right. Just don't abandon the process, don't abandon the painting, just keep going and you'll get through that sort of stage. and then it just starts coming together. If it doesn't start coming together, you can always use an ink pen just to pull in some details, some drawing details, get definition to things if it's sort of too light and washed out. You can always use that as a technique. I know I've done that in the past quite a bit, just using ink just to I guess clarify and add value to the things that you've painted within the scene. It just gives that structure, I think, is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. So there's nothing wrong. I know people shy away from using gouache or the opaque medium, but for the flowers on this hanging basket, I'm just going in with my white gouache just to bring out, and also adding in some highlights. The highlights aren't really visible that much on the reference photo, but I just thought I'd bring something to this scene. Again, you can use your artistic license. You don't have to go exact with the reference. You can add things, you can take things out, and I think that's the beauty of painting. Just see what your scene needs. If you think it could do with a little tweak here or there, or even a person, or just some other detail, even colour, then just go for it. Just do as you feel, as you look at the scene. You're the artist, you're creating this work, and then just do as you feel. You can see I'm using the pen now to write in the street sign. There's no chance I'll be able to do this with a brush. I'm not that good at writing with a brush. So I'm writing in the street name, Finkel Street, and pretty much getting to the end of this scene. I've just got the writing on this pub sign, Roman Bath, which I'm doing in the white Sigma pen. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope there's things that you've learned. If you're new to watercolour, then hope this has done you some give you some help. Just a couple of details on the building. There's an alarm and some sort of sign or a clock. So I'm just popping that in with white gouache. And something that I always forget is to sign my name on these paintings, so I thought I'd do that. So on the bottom right hand side. And now my favourite part is just revealing taking off the masking tape. So let's do that, and it'll give you a better idea of what the painting looks like. And it really does make a difference. It's surprising how much it makes your painting look that much better. So just carefully remove the tape. I know the bottom, this bit of tape, I think I did actually rip some of the paper. I don't know why it just seemed to stick that much more to the bottom of the paper. So just be careful. Normally if you pull the tape off, you pull it away from you quite quick as well, and that normally you don't have any issues. But that's it. I hope you like it. Hope you've enjoyed this painting. Give it a go, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.